What's the virus that James Worthy is referring to? Is it a player? Is it the culture? Is it Luke Walton? Is it Magic Johnson?
It's expectations. That's what the virus is. Because LeBron walks on, he's won eight straight finals. He walks in, and everyone thinks that the Lakers are now a sure thing to go to the finals.
Good point.
The Western Conference is a beast. LeBron last year on the defensive end, he shut it down. The Cavs, 29th in the NBA in defense in the regular season. Postseason came, flipped the switch. He's a nice little 4 seed. They go all the way to the NBA Finals. In the West, you can't do that. You can't take possessions off. If you do, you get beat. So that's the virus. The virus is that people think that the Lakers are just going to cruise on. And then you have this Anthony Davis thing as well, because these young guys have to deal with it. There's a lot of things that surround LeBron. But if I was the Lakers or I was a coach or I was a GM, I would take those problems that come with LeBron James because it is LeBron James, and you have a chance.
Go ahead, basketball.
Listen, pressure makes diamonds or bust pipes. And you're putting a set of individuals in pressure situations and expectation, as you said, to be a title contender, whether they like it or not. And that comes with daily expectations of being a winner. And I don't think most of the people understood what comes with that. The daily pressure of being a winner, the daily media attention that you get. You're held accountable at a different level right now. And these guys are not ready for it, also with the distractions of the trade, also with injuries, all that going along. And as far as leadership, from Luke's perspective, I don't think he knew what he was getting to when he got LeBron James on his team. It's a lot of attention that you're going to get, whether it's needed or it's not needed or it's expected, but you have to go through this to understand it.
I'm going to defend Luke Walton a bit in terms of when he got the job, LeBron didn't meet with him for damn near a month. So it's hard to get your arms around that situation if the guy won't even meet with you. So I think Luke would say, I got dealt a bad hand from the jump. I love your point about expectations, and that I do believe is what's going on from the young people. And the expectations are why the Anthony Davis thing is even a major issue, because the expectations made them make a desperate bid to go try to get him before the trade deadline. And so I think you're right, because one, I say that about Luke Walton because I've watched James Worthy this season. He defends Luke Walton pretty strongly.
Yeah, I don't think the pronoun is about a him or her. It's about it. And LeBron James, when he shows up, it's beyond the it factor. Like, he vibrates the concrete, LL Cool J style. Like, when he shows up, everything's affected. And case in point, I saw him this summer at one of these parties. And I was sitting there right between where he was coming in and where he needed to go. And that was the wrong place to stand, because I saw superstar after superstar get affected and change their personality and how they were acting just in effect of LeBron James. And these are people who got it them damn selves. And when you put him around a young core, he vibrates the concrete. Kobe went through this with his young core as well. Everywhere he goes, you can say he takes the oxygen out the room. You don't feel comfortable in your skin. You don't act the same way, because everything you're doing in deference to what is he going to think? What is he going to do? And I've talked to these players candidly. I won't call them out. But they say it is a very difficult experience being around not only Mamba, but LeBron, because you don't know where your game fits in. It's almost like you have to fit it in with whatever's remaining instead of just fully exposing it.
It sounds kind of toxic. It sounds a little.
No, it's not. It's not. It's actually, I'm sure Jordan was like that.
Viruses are toxic.
Well, no, this is a little bit different, because LeBron signs with the Lakers, and I'm not sure he signed to go play with Ball, Kuzma. Now, I like those guys a lot. I think they're actually good players. But if you think about last year's Cleveland team, they get George Hill. Expectations are there. He didn't handle it well. Jordan Clarkson didn't handle it well. Last year, Isaiah Thomas went there. Jay Crowder, guys who performed in the past, they didn't handle the pressure of what it's like to be with LeBron James. That's not an easy thing to do. Some people are good with it.
Toxic.
You
What?
stop that.
That sounds kind of toxic.
Why?
I'm just saying, Kevin Durant said it, and we act like, no one else
he
sees the basketball.
he said it about the media members and how they always take his side, which is also part of it.
That is
it all is part of it. Like they go in there.
Isn't the media part of the expectations and the pressure?
Yeah.
It sounds kind of toxic.
But why is that his fault, though? Why is that LeBron's fault? He's trying to win championships.
You stop that.
There's not a one
It's difficult to be
size
around them
fit
because of
all.
that.
It's not a one size fit all for being involved in that situation. You have to know who you are as a basketball player, and I think you can understand that once you define and understand who you are. Now you're prepared to give something to a basketball team. You don't get that when you first come into the NBA. For your first 5-6 years, you're trying to develop into what you're going to be. No one comes in as a superstar. Some people develop from underrated to a superstar. But then it takes a period when you define who you are and how you can be humble enough to throw yourself into a team. You don't have a roster in that capacity right now. You don't have guys who know who they are, know how they're going to affect the game on a nightly basis. You know what you're going to get from those people. You know that Brandon Ingram is growing. You know guys are getting better.